now you're ready to go put it onto your frame. When you do, the disc brake side of the wheel will go onto the left side of your frame, and your sprocket will go onto the right side of your frame. So here's a typical mountain bike frame. On the rear of the frame is a bracket to mount a caliper. In the front of the frame there is this area right here. So if you're going to mount a motor, you have to make sure that your frame has enough area right here. This particular frame does not. So here's your typical two-stroke engine, and you can see that the area is not big enough. So when you choose your A frame, it has to have an area that's large enough for the motor. So here's a close-up look at the Motorized rear wheel disc brake kit. So here's a rear perspective, and this is the monster rotor, and this is the 415 chain right here, and behind that, or under it, is the motor sprocket. This happens to be a 40 tooth. It could be 40 tooth, 44 tooth, or 48 tooth. And I'll give this a spin so you can see the monster rotor working inside the caliper. And there's the brake in action. Okay, here's another perspective, and I'll just go over the parts that you see. Up top, right here, this is the caliper, and then below it and connected to it is the monster adapter for the caliper, and this is bolted to a mountain bike frame's rear disc brake bracket right here. Then this is the axle, the wheel axle, and this here is the monster rotor, and then behind that is the harmony adapter connecting the rotor to the motorized sprocket, which is right here. And then you come to the hub of the wheel, and then on the other side, the right side, is the freewheel sprocket spinning backwards and driving forwards. The reason there's a gap here between the dropouts and we use the extra nuts to make up the gap is because on our flip-flop hub or flip-flop heavy-duty wheel, we can use a single-speed freewheel sprocket, but you might have a disc brake wheel that accepts the rotor on one side, and on the other side you might have a 10-speed or 15-speed, whatever it is, cluster sprocket, and then you would not need to make up any gap here. So here's just another perspective, and I'll give the wheel a spin. And so again, this is a kit that is for people who can customize bicycles and who have skills in welding, so that you can make necessary adjustments to a frame so you can apply the kit.